Andersen.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to channel Andersen, and welcome to a video where we finally give the C55 the love that it needs. And specifically right now, this thing needs a battery, and that's exactly what we're doing a video on today. I was looking around. I have a lightweight battery in it, which for those that have been around the channel for a while, you know that years ago I threw in this PC925 battery from Odyssey. It's been great for the most part for the 3-4 years that it's been in. This is actually my second of this style battery that I've put in, because the last one went flat. And this one is also now flat, which is why it's just been sitting on the charger constantly to even give it a chance at life. But we made this whole bracket assembly, did the whole rear conversion, etc. It's been great, but honestly, it has kept me from taking this car out as much as I want to, because it's just a constant kind of fight of, is this battery going to be charged when I go to crank the car? And do I have to throw it on the charger before I can even take it out? So I don't want to experience that anymore. But I still wanted to keep a lightweight battery in it and try to keep this whole lightweight function and rear mounted battery setup in progress. So I was looking around, and it turns out battery technology has advanced quite a bit since I did this whole project last time, and that's when I found this thing. Now, first off, this is not a paid gig. This is me purchasing this with my own money, so no sponsorship, no nothing, to be transparent with you guys. This is a NOCO NLP30 battery, which you can see I'm holding in my hand right now. It's about 5 pounds. It has 700 cranking amps, good to about 0 Fahrenheit. Really quick charging because it's a lithium ion LiPo battery. And it just got insane specs for what it is. And I think I mentioned it's $160, which when I bought these Odyssey PC925s, I'm pretty sure they run anywhere from like $250 to $350 depending on where you buy them and what type of sale you end up finding. So I bought that one from FCP Euro. That's my second one. Like I said, I was going to do the exchange program, but I ended up keeping one of them. So maybe one of them will end up in the 190E, or I'll just exchange them, get a new one and sell it. I don't know. But anyways, this thing it looks insanely impressive on paper, and I was too curious not to try. Otherwise, I was just going to go back to a bigger battery like a Group 34 Optima or a Group 49 like it comes in the car OEM. But I still want to give this a chance. The weight on this and the savings and the power, it should be enough. And from what I've heard and read and looking around from people that have used them for vehicle applications, they can last for, you know, a good 2-3 years if maintained. And I think for the trade-off of the price, the weight, it's worth it. So we're going to test it out. I'm going to be the guinea pig and test it out on something like this, see how long it can last, give you guys updates along the way, see how annoying it may be if I do end up having to charge it all the time, in which case I'll probably switch it out sooner than later. But I'm hopeful. I think that this thing can do the job for quite a while, and it will suffice for the needs that we have for this car and how much I take it out and want to take it out. So first thing we got to do is get this thing out of the packaging and see what we got to do to mount up with our terminals, and see what we got to do to this custom bracketry that we made back in the day. See if we can modify it to fit this thing. Also, sneak peek for a little project coming up. All right, you guys, so here it is out of the box. Don't mind the rest of the mess on the table. We always got a swirl of projects going on around here, but right off the bat, give you an Allen tool for what comes underneath these caps. So it comes with these style terminals, kind of like motorsport style terminals, which this battery is originally designated for. So you can mount straight to these. You can take these actual things off with the 6mm bolts that are on here, or you can mount right here. So lots of different options. I don't think our SE terminals are going to adapt onto this. They do use the same size, but I think this is too close of a fit up to this housing. But we'll check, and if not, I should be able to just bolt straight to these, or on the sides, or at the top. I can remove these and just bolt straight to here. So we'll see what ends up being the best fit, but I think regardless, we'll be able to figure something out. And if not, I can order some SAE adapters for these style brackets too. First things first, let's get this thing out of here though. Obviously don't need to be in here anymore, so I will show you guys how easy we made this to remove. Got 50mm head bolts in here. All right, there we go. And now we built this, so all we have to do is these little wing nuts. And I'm hoping I might need to either lay the NOCO down a different direction, or I might have to get longer one of these studs. We actually cut these down when we made this, so we'll see what we got to do in that regard, but I think we should be able to figure something out. Okay, we got our little bracket there, these things, and let me grab this thing out of here. All right guys, so here it is out of the car. These are about, I would say, like 15 to 20 pounds. Weird thing I'm seeing right now, it looks like it almost deformed a little bit over time, and almost like bowed out on the side here. I don't know if that's from the bracket resting on it or what is going on. I don't have that bracket tied down super tight by any means, so it's kind of weird. It's got some definitely odd shape going on in the top now, but see what we actually get with the multimeter on this for voltage. I'm guessing it's going to be very low. Yeah, definitely not happy. 9.6 volts, so not enough for a 12 volt system at all. And for reference, a regular like group 49 battery resting, or any battery, car battery or 12 volt battery, should be resting at like 12.5 to 13 when it's off charge. All right guys, so good news here. We actually are not going to need to do much. We can just mount these basically directly to any one of these sides, and it should make plenty of good contact. Just deciding where we're going to go based off how we set the battery in. So I think that's our next. Oh my god, this thing is so light. What the heck? Holy crap. This is literally like, this doesn't even feel like 5 pounds. All right, let's set this in here and let's see what we can do as far as mounting to try to keep. Oh my god, that couldn't even be more perfect. I'll put a little piece of foam in here just like I have on the other side. Literally perfect. We'll literally mount them up just like this. Which side is my positive and negative though? It should reach fine though. Kind of have to crisscross these a little bit. Oh yeah, we're good. We're just gonna swap locations. Okay, that's it. Literally perfect. I'll put a little piece of foam in here. Tall enough. Yes, let's go, boy. All right, and real quick too, we should test the voltage on this thing. All right, standing voltage 13.2. That is amazing. So one of the big things about these batteries versus these style like the AGM, the LiPo batteries are insanely fast charging. You don't want to fast charge them really all the time. You want to what's called slow charge, or like 1 amp hour really is a good thing to maintain them. But they can charge really fast if you need, and they have a quick discharge power basically. So like, even if it's super cold, that's why they can work so well down to that 0 Fahrenheit temp, is they have a really quick discharge and like a quick recovery. So this thing basically, if it got below 30 degrees, it was 25% chance that I was going to get it to crank enough to spin the V8 in the car. Typically, if it was fully charged under 30 degrees, it would usually start second try. But a lot of times, if it was even down a little bit of a charge, it would just be dead in the water. So this thing should do a lot better in that regard, and that's really one of the big hindrances that I was running into with this. So I think we'll be happy on this side of things. All right, you guys, quick little voltage test again, just to confirm that we're making a good connection on there, and I think we're good. So let's mount this thing up, and if I didn't mention already, you can mount this thing any direction you want, just like these as well, especially the LiPo batteries. You can pretty much mount them whatever direction. All right guys, flipped it. A little bit of a change of plan. I didn't like how close it was running these aught gauge cables to this on this side. They were just getting a little too close to like each terminal. I don't want the negative coming anywhere near that side. So now we should be good. It's a lot easier and keeps them away from each other. So let's go ahead and mount this thing up. And mounting this way set a little bit easier, like with the foam too. So yeah, should be good. All right, so there we are, NOCO installed. Let's go ahead, test this thing out. All right, hopefully this thing doesn't have to come out as often. And also you do want to pick up like a specific LiPo battery charger. NOCO makes them themselves. That's actually what they were known for before the batteries really was. They made really good chargers. This one is a 7.2 amp hour one. It can do the job, but preferably you want to slow charge them. So 1 amp charger is what I'm going to be picking up for this situation. Okay, test number 1, the key. We got our alarm going off right now. Unlock it, a lot happier. Let's lock this thing down, get our paint out of here. All right, and before, the Odyssey had gotten so flat that like even my cluster wasn't even working. You guys can hardly see it because of the light, but my cluster was like flashing, clicking, everything just was not happy. So now we should be okay. All right. I'll give it one more prime since it's been sitting for a while. Okay, let's give it a run. I'd blame the slow start right there, probably more so on the fact that the car has been sitting for a long time. So, hey, it fired up. And a little bit of the M113 kick just from sitting, but that'll dissipate after warm it up and drive it around a little bit. But yeah, overall, I am very happy with this thing so far. Obviously, we're gonna have to put it through the torture test, use it for at least a year to make a good judgment call on it, but I'm really excited at the prospects of it, of what it can provide, and just the overall package that you get. 5 pounds, 700 cranking amps, $160, which is just insane for the capacity and capability of a battery like this. Just speaks to technology advancing and things becoming a lot more cost effective in something like that, because there's no way. I mean, some of the only stuff on the market before was like the anti-gravity stuff, which they're amazing, don't get me wrong. And anti-gravity, if you ever watch my videos, I will take a sponsorship, but they're insanely expensive, and I mean, probably justified because they're insanely good batteries, but I don't have the budget for that, or would want to spend the budget on that on a battery personally. So something like this is a really great budget-friendly option that still packs a huge punch for the size and the category that it's in. All right, guys, about 48 hours later, I wanted to put this clip in to show you guys the cold capability as well. It's a nice crisp morning right now. We got 12.9 volts. You can see everything is frosty right now. We'll see what the temp gauge says inside the cabin, but I figured we should get a cold start with this test as well. And also just kind of confirm the last start we had was the car sitting for a very, very long time. So it was a little choppier than normal. See if we get a nice clean turnover this time. All right, it's just 41 degrees right now. It feels a little bit colder than that, to be honest, but okay, no double primes or anything. Let's just turn it over, see what we get. Ah, no. Okay, second start, let's try. No, guys. This is not the test I wanted to have right now. Damn. Not gonna go. Well, let's let it sit for a while. We'll come back when it warms up a bit. It's not going to get much warmer today, but maybe about 20 degrees. So we'll come back, try to fire it up. If it doesn't, then we've kind of confirmed what we found. And otherwise, I'll plan on keeping this thing on a trickle charger with the 1 amp setup. All right, guys, we are back out at the car for test number 2 of the day to add into this video. It is now about 65 degrees. We'll see what it says in the cluster here. 63 degrees. So let's see if that's enough of a bump in the temperature to get us enough of the bump with the battery. Sounded better, but I did hear some clicking. Let's see what happens here. Neutral, yes. All right, so there you have it. 40 degrees. Little bit too low for the battery, which is pretty good. I mean, we are trying to spin over a V8 with this thing versus it's designed for power sports situations. So like, you know, 2-stroke, 4-stroke motor type situations, 4 cylinders. I have seen it on a few like inline 6s, like IS300s on YouTube and stuff that people have put these in. So we are asking kind of the most of it with the V8. But the thing that I did like is no matter how many times we tried it earlier in the cold, we basically got the same result. Like, it wasn't running out of juice, versus when I would try that with the Odyssey, I would get one attempt at it, and then if it didn't go over the next time, it would just get flatter and flatter and flatter. This one just kind of stayed at the same amount and the same amount of kick each time. So if we can just trickle charge it and keep it at a healthy, I think 13 volts at least, and it'll probably be closer to like 13.5 if it's on the trickle charger, I think we'll be solid. So I will leave this there. That was a nice clean start for the car. Don't mind all my dummy lights from me deleting about 40 pounds of wiring in this thing back in the day. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I think for what it is, it'll suffice. I'm still gonna stick strong with the small battery life for the time being, and we'll see how the next year or two goes, and I will update you guys accordingly. But yeah, still getting approval so far. And if you want to see what this thing is like to drive, for those newer on the channel, check out my other videos or stay tuned for stuff in the future. I'm definitely in the process of kind of revamping this car, showing it some love, so we'll have some driving videos out soon. And if you want to see how this was done or any of the other modifications to it, you can go back, like I said, check out the old videos. All right, guys, and one other thing I wanted to check after letting it run for about 5-10 minutes, what is our voltage? And that is looking good. And what I think I'll do on this setup is I do have some like little kill switches, or the terminals that you can unscrew to basically cut off the battery. So I'll probably do that just to help with dissipation, especially when I know I'm going to be letting it sit for a few days, just to kind of keep the battery life as healthy as long as I can, as well as the trickle charging. All right, well, that said, I think that's it for this video, guys. I am going to be doing a video on this thing, refreshing it, and kind of give you guys an updated just what's done to the car mod list type video, because a bunch of people have been asking me about that, and there's so much that I've done over the years since I did the last basically like mod list video on this thing. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. If you got any questions, feel free, drop them in the comments. I'll always get back to you guys, and like I said, see you on the next one. Peace.
Andersen.